We live in a physical world, governed by ironclad rules. Drop a stone, and gravity pulls it down. Step into a gale, and the wind pushes you forward. These are the predictable mechanics that build our reality. But there is a specific set of coordinates on Earth where these foundational laws simply break. This is the Jagannath Temple in Puri. It is an ancient, towering architectural marvel, a massive complex of layered stone that dominates the skyline. We have satellites that can read a license plate from orbit and instruments that can measure subatomic particles. Yet every single day, phenomena occur at this site that completely defy our most advanced scientific models. The temple operates as an active geographical anomaly, posing an intellectual puzzle that directly challenges the limits of human knowledge. Let's look exactly at the top of the main dome, at the metal wheel and the flag secured to its peak. Basic aerodynamics dictates a simple outcome here. A piece of fabric will always yield to air pressure and fly in the direction the wind is blowing. This diagram illustrates the daily anomaly. Blue arrows show wind moving left to right, while the red vector flag pulls firmly opposite. Error markers along the vectors show how standard fluid dynamic formulas completely fail to explain this steady resistance. The airspace above the dome presents another physical rejection. No birds fly over it. No commercial airplanes cross its vertical path. It behaves like an invisible, towering cylinder, actively repelling both natural aerodynamic flow and mechanical flight. Look at the relationship between the sun and the temple's sheer mass. The architecture here is dense, consisting of massive, stacked stone domes. The rules of optical physics are straightforward. Place a solid object in front of a light source, and it must cast a shadow behind it. Look at this side-by-side simulation. A standard dome on the left produces a dark shadow sweeping across the ground. On the right, the Jagannath dome sits under the same solar angles, yet produces zero visible shadow at any time of day. For a structure of this immense volume, this is geometrically confounding. Solid stones simply cannot naturally absorb or bend light with such absolute perfection as to completely erase its own massive silhouette. It is as if the central structure exists in an optical void, disconnected from the standard rules of light projection. The anomalies continue deep inside the complex, specifically inside its massive legendary kitchen. The food is cooked using an ancient method, utilizing traditional brown earthenware clay pots, stacked vertically, 7 high, directly over a single open wood fire. Thermal dynamics dictates that heat transfer is strongest at the source. The pot closest to the flames must reach cooking temperature first. This thermal cross-section shows what actually happens. As the red thermal energy waves move upward, the food in the topmost pot turns entirely red and cooks first. The heat then cascades sequentially downward to the bottom pot. Alongside these thermal anomalies, the kitchen operates on a logistical scale that defies calculation. Whether 10,000 or 1,000,000 visitors arrive on a given day, the prasadam never falls short. Yet at the end of the day, there is never any surplus. Every day, a priest free climbs 200 feet to the peak of the dome to manually change that flag, using zero modern safety gear. The stakes for this climb are severe. By ancient decree, if the priest misses a single day, the complex must shut down for 18 years. The complex operates on a fragile dual axis, an inverted physical reality maintained by an uncompromising high-stakes human ritual. We have observed reversed wind vectors, missing shadows from massive stone, and inverted heat transfer. Modern science excels at mapping the mechanics of our universe. We can chart the oceans and weigh the stars, but those scientific models had a solid wall at the gates of this complex. The consistent daily repetition of these physical contradictions forces us to consider a broader reality. There are forces, ancient, divine, or simply undiscovered, that operate completely outside our current mathematical boundaries. You can witness this intersection of faith and physics yourself on the coastline of Puri. It's an accessible location, waiting to be observed. Despite all our technological mapping of the globe, the Jagannath Temple stands entirely unmoved, proving that the universe still holds profound, unsolvable mysteries.